player like that. I'm not so sure that's a tack you need to take. And you went over the other guys who got injured, DeMarcus and Kobe. Well, just go to Kevin's history. Now, when he had the Jones fracture in his foot with the Thunder, he can't.
People forget about that Jones fracture. That Jones fracture he suffered was in 2015. That brother ended up missing. He missed, I believe, the first, I want to say 17, 18 games of the season, I believe, or something like that. And then he re-injured it, and then he ended up missing the last 55 games of and he ended up missing the last 55 games of the year. So Kevin Durant missed, no, not 55, but he missed the last, I believe, 30, I want to say the 38 games. So Durant missed 55 games in 2015. And if you look at the Thunder, they missed the playoffs with the same exact record as the New Orleans Pelicans when they were facing Golden State at 46-36, but not missing Durant was more victories. So you already know that the Thunder were going to be much higher in seeding, so they finished ninth. And the thing was also, the New Orleans Pelicans, they owned the tiebreaker that year. So that's why even though they had the same exact record, the Pelicans won the season head-to-head matchup in the season series. And that's why they was able to face Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors, or else we would have saw the Thunder go against Golden State. And remember, and with a healthy Kevin Durant, they're winning 50-plus games easy. They could damn near get 60. They got 46 with KD missing 55 games.
Back ahead of the timeline, and he re-broke it. And had to have another surgery, knocked him out for the year. I think it's pretty safe to say he came back from the calf injury too soon. Now, I know that there would be medical professionals up here that would say one had nothing to do with the other. I just don't believe that.
So the calf is connected to the...
Right. I think Kevin has to look no further than his own history.
Well, and also you guys talk about, they want to motivate the player. But I think you have to look at the specific player, right? Kevin Durant has shown that his ears are open to what people say about him, right? And you can decide if that's good for him or not. It's his decision, but that's just a fact. His ears are open. So if he is saying, you saw all those headlines. There is headline after headline after headline now drumming up in the fan base and creating an expectation that he could come back early. So he hears that for months and months. I don't know, to me, knocking that down outweighs, quote, motivating him in his recovery.
Unless perhaps...
At the end of the day, Kevin Durant is going to do what's best for Kevin Durant. And I think the best thing for him to do is to fully be healthy, fully recover. You don't want to end up like, for example, you don't want to end up like DeMarcus Cousins. Because remember, after his Achilles injury, he ended up getting a quad injury, not being in the best of shape, not even being able to get into basketball shape. And then also he ended up tearing his ACL when he was getting even back into basketball shape. And then you look at Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant was never the same player after he tore his Achilles. He ended up messing up his knee. He ended up having rotator cuff surgery the next year, even though that's the upper body. But he had been playing with that for years. But then the worst part is Kobe said he had no legs. So his legs would come and go, basically. So Kobe was pretty much a shell of himself after that Achilles injury. So the Achilles led to that tearing of the MCL or the ACL. And Kobe was pretty much done after that. His body gave all it had to give. And, that's unfortunate. But ladies and gentlemen, that once again is your boy Lewis back with another video, man. I just wanted to do this video just exposing the nonsense and the foolishness of the media and Rachel Nichols for one. Y'all been setting up narratives, man, from the moment that this dude left Oklahoma City. So how you gonna sit here and say that the narrative within the narrative needs to stop when y'all creating the narratives? So now the media wants to point fingers as to who's talking about that Kevin Durant might possibly come this season, and KD listening to the media and listening to the fan base that, it might be a chance to come back, and putting all this pressure on him. Like I said, at the end of the day, Kevin Durant is going to do what he's going to do to make sure that he's back 100% healthy. And if I'm Kevin Durant, the Brooklyn Nets, it's possible they can make the playoffs without him. They're not going to be a high seeding. But Kevin Durant should just watch, survey, again, take time, and just get healthy, okay? You want you at 100% at your best. You don't want to try to rush back from the injury, and next thing you know, you're looking like a shell of yourself even before the age of 33. Because then what they're going to say is, he's past his prime. And even though he will technically still be in his prime, because right now he's 30? He's going to turn 31 years old. So I think that's really important. And I think his birthday's on September the 29th, if I'm not mistaken, or the 28th. But yeah, he'll be 31 years old. And it's important that KD takes care of himself. Because you don't want to put yourself in a position where you get injured again and then it's all over. And I don't think Kevin Durant wants to do that, man. So I think it's important that KD, you know, does the right thing and miss the whole season. It's not worth putting your health and your risk. You did it once for the Warriors, and look what happened. In 11 minutes of action, you were the best player on the floor for 11 minutes, but it cost you the rest of the rest of the finals. The Warriors end up losing. So if I'm Durant, I just take my time, think cautiously, and make sure you get back on the court where we see that Durantula, where we see that Slim Reaper taking souls of being the best player in the game. Because I still think he is, but right now Kawhi has that it's a vacancy, so he has the vacant title. It's kind of like when you're the world heavyweight champion, and then you suffer a horrific injury, and then you have to vacate the title, and then somebody else ends up taking your spot, and they kind of like do a tournament, or they crown a new champion, where they crown a new champion. Well, that's what Kevin Durant is at. He had the best player in the game mantle. He had to get up due to injury. Now Kawhi steps into the forefront because he's been the second best player in the game after this year. And now Kawhi's the best for now. But like I said, if Kevin Durant can reclaim that title, he looks anything like the KD of old, like in the 2019 postseason when he was getting buckets, Kevin Durant will reclaim his throne in no time. So media, leave Kevin Durant alone. Even though I know they're not going to do it. But leave the man alone, okay? You're just looking for clout to talk about the season, man. Training camp is around the corner. So that's what I find ridiculous, man. But I'm going to split the video, ladies and gentlemen, and kind of make it just a little mini 2-part series. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, man, thank you for watching the video. It is your boy Lewis back with another one on the Lewis Basketball, Football, Baseball, Wrestling Network News, man. So once again, subscribe, like the video, share the content, comment down below. Make sure those notification bells are turned on. You already know the deal, man. I appreciate you guys as always. Bless up. Live, laugh, love. Thank you for watching. DJ, you already know the deal that we got to say it for my man KD, man. Kevin Durant. Hit him with that club banger.